Yeah.
Tell me what you were doing.
Well, that was over a year ago now. It was in Taiji, Japan. We went down there and basically did a peaceful protest and showed the world what was going on there, because it's footage that not many people get. And we were met with very disgruntled fishermen who came at us with kind of
They got violent.
They got very violent, and it was completely unprovoked.
How afraid were you?
I wasn't scared at all, actually. I was so upset. I mean, the sight of that and looking at those animals and knowing that there's nothing that you can do, and those animals are gonna die and they're gonna be killed, and whatever is gonna happen, you just hope that they don't die in vain, and that by getting this footage you can save, thousands more. But
it continues.
It does continue, and just the thought of being helpless in that way, and I wrote a song actually about it.
Didn't I play it?
No one's ever heard it.
Oh,
well, I played something once. You called in. And
that was Wake Up Call. That was
not about dolphins.
No, this one I wrote, and it was. I just have it for me personally now, but there's a line in it where I talk about wearing invisible chains, and it was like wearing chains and me unable to do anything about it, but not really obviously wearing chains at all,
right.
But wanting to.
Well, I would say perform it, but I probably will want to sing with you, and that'll be a tragic event here. Hang on, it's Kiss FM. More with Hayden Panettiere next. Those guys are fun.
Drink all day.
They just drink.
Play all night.
They just drink and play.
Let's get it poppin'. I'm in Tarzana trick. Drink all day. Hey.
You can't drink. You are too young.
I said trick.
I know, but I'm just thinking to myself. I see in my head just because
only in this country.
She's bailing tonight to Mexico. But I'm convinced that you must be 25.
Me too.
Are you 19? Really?
Yeah, really.
But look me in the eye. You shifted. Are you 19?
Shh! Don't tell anyone, Ryan.
No, I'm going to expose it. But you were running your life at a very young age, weren't you?
Yeah.
I have this feeling about you that you kind of knew what you wanted, and you didn't take no for an answer when you were a kid.
Well, I did my first commercial at 11 months old, and then I started on a soap opera at 4. And this is such an adult world that that was my life. But I very much had a great childhood as well.
So wait, so your parents obviously at 11 months they didn't have a conversation with you about that.
No.
They kind of said, "Here,
you wanna go in?"
Were they stage parents? What did they do for a living?
My dad was actually a lieutenant in the fire department. He retired 6 months before 9/11, so
Wow.
I'm a fireman's daughter.
Wow.
And he was at South Street Seaport, and they were the first guys there, and they lost 12 guys, including their captain.
Jeez.
And then my mom was an actress, and she was my coach growing up. She was theater, and she did soap opera. She was on Guiding Light too.
How about now? Does she try and coach you, and you're like, "Mom, I got it"?
No, she doesn't. She doesn't really try that anymore. Occasionally, but with tough stuff, and especially on films, getting out of playing a role that I've played for going on 4 years now, sometimes it doesn't feel super comfortable in the beginning, and so I'll ask her to come over and run lines with me and be like, am I doing this right? Do I remember how to do this?
Well, speaking of the 4 years, we're talking about Heroes. It's back in September?
In September.
Is that right?
I'm pretty sure.
But not for sure.
Not for sure, but it's generally in September.
Let's call her
it's
boss.
back for sure, but she doesn't know when for sure.
Don't call my boss and telling me.
No, I'm not going to call and ask. I'm going to ask when it's coming back.
Go for it.
Yeah, we'll do it next.
Do it.
We have a lot of fog this morning. Hazy Sun, it's going to be hot from now on. The next 7 days, you're going to get highs up and over 90, and it is 65 in Hollywood.
Right, I tried your boss. You're in luck. He didn't answer. He
Why
must
is
not
Hayden
be
wiggling?
Up.
I missed it.
Hayden, remember that? What was that thing you played with a kid? You'd spin yourself around on. What was it called?
What are those
You know the
called?
things that make you dizzy and you'd sit on it? You sit Indian style
A
on
sit
it?
and spin. It's called a sit and spin.
You just sit and spin.
And it's like they have those at the carnivals
Yeah,
now, don't
sit and
they?
spin.
The apples or the strawberries. The strawberries.
So
Yeah.
I said to Dennis, our producer, I said, so when are Chris and Adam getting here? And he said, just probably around 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, Chris and Adam who? So, Lambert and Allen. Shut up! No!
This was the first year I actually watched
I think
all the way through.
you, based on your reaction, you voted for Adam.
I don't want to say that out loud.
Did you vote?
No.
I sit there every week, give out these phone numbers. You didn't pick up
I
the phone once?
TiVo'd.
You don't be able to watch it live. I'm there pitching 877 numbers, 866, whatever they
know.
are.
She was on
I
Elton's
know.
yacht at the time.
Oh, shut up. Were you?
Maybe.
I don't like that.
Well,
You know what? You need to learn how to work for a living before you go bounce around on Sir Elton John's yacht. You are too young to be bouncing around with Elton and whatever his face.
I work my butt off.
For 6 months a year.
For 6 months, last season was 10 months out of the year,
my God,
mister.
10 whole months?
And then
10
you
out
do
of 12?
a 10 out of 12, throwing myself off of high things and out windows. And let me tell you, it is a grueling schedule, 12 to 14 hours a day, straight. There's no sitting down.
Right.
Sometimes 6 or 7 days a week. By the way, the reason why I didn't
Put your
meet
finger down.
Michael Jackson
Yes.
is because on Halloween, when I was supposed to go to
By the way, this is Hayden
Halloween
Panettiere, if
party-
you don't know. Go ahead.
I was supposed to go to a Halloween party that he was at, and they had us working from 3 p.m. to 7 o'clock in the morning in Chino, and I missed Michael Jackson. I was like, what?
First of all, Chino is a dreamland, and second of all, I do not feel
Oh,
bad
yeah,
for
all
you.
the
I
cow
do
pats
not
in Chino.
feel bad for you as she gets her team of people to prepare
not
her
saying
egg white
you to-
omelet and her robe and pat her down when she gets a little warm.
Mister?
Oh, and my hair's, I have roots. Can I have the army
Hey,
of
I saw
highlighters?
you this morning, okay?
But you what? Yeah, but I'm older. And I pay them.
I'm not asking for pity. I'm just saying I do work hard. I promise you that.
Okay. She's been working for, what? No, you've been working for 8 years. You're 19. All right, listen. 8 years. And since you're 11 months, whatever it was. I got to get this out. Kiss Call VIP member of the day is Rachel Caldera of Huntington Beach. KissFM.com for details on how you can cash in. Also, now, if you text Ryan to 41027. I'm going to send you to see Beyonce at the Encore Theater in Vegas. You'll also stay at the Wynn in Las Vegas for a couple nights. We'll wrap it up with Hayden after this. Flow Rider Keisha is right around 753, 102.7, 105.5, Kiss FM. 102.7, Kiss.